So, Jack, I want to ask you one last question about Charlie Wilson's war. The movie pushes the notion that your operation funded Osama Bin Laden and gave us 9/11.
This is why I like doing this with Joe. He likes. Remember, he said at the beginning we're friends, right? Now, their friends do this, they're friends. But it's a good question because it's on, a lot of people's minds, and one of the important things is to clarify it. You have to understand that your government supported the Mujahideen. Bin Laden was the Arab sector, and he received funding and support, but it wasn't from the United States. And to the best of our knowledge, because I talked to the fellow that was in charge of the field activities, said that he was a very, very minor player, that we had maybe 2 reports of some minor involvement. So he was not really on the screen as a significant player. I would tell you that the people we did work with are the same people that are out there today running many of the tribes. It's not even their sons, it's the same.
So in a sense, we did build up.
Well, I was going to get to the second part.
Okay.
But people don't realize that after the Russians left, the communist government, Najibullah, stayed in power for 3 years. So there was a communist government in play for 3 years. It stayed in play because the Russians supported it with material and aid. And I think we might want to think about Afghanistan and what could happen there. The Taliban doesn't surface until several years later. Now, one of the questions I'm often asked, because people know that I was with Charlie Wilson on the idea of continuing to support the Afghan, okay? And Charlie wanted to throw millions of dollars. I actually had our task force working on plans. But, one of the beauties of writing a book is you get a chance to do some retrospective thinking. I think I was wrong, and I think Charlie was too. In other words, I think our intentions were right, but I would say today, and this is why I've been so adamant over the years, the last decade, about the shortcomings of nation building, that if the folks on the ground aren't prepared, they don't want to do it, we shouldn't force feed it. So I think we would have thrown some money, we would have put resources in, and I think at the end it would not have made a difference. And I think we need to think about that today. So I don't see a direct line, the direct line that folks see between our program. And it's the issue of unintended consequences, and it's something we all talk about. But if you knew what unintended consequences were, they wouldn't be, okay, or you would at least be able to evaluate them. So, as far as Bin Laden is concerned, he was not on our radar and did not receive funding, and it's something that's not well understood.
Yeah.
So, thank you for that. Nice.